I wanted to get some game day reactions, some thoughts on what I've just seen, what I've been seeing for 9 weeks now. Just wanted to get some of my thoughts down um, in this short vlog style. Um, there's a lot of things I want to discuss, and I'll sit down and I'll let those things process, let them stew overnight, and have a long form discussion. But yeah, Chelsea Fulham 2-1 Fulham. Chelsea lose again. We're in relegation form. If the year started 9 games ago, we'd be dead last in the Premier League. And the worst part about it is there's no answers. In 15-16, we had a tough year. We finished 10th, but in that you saw an underperforming Eden Hazard, a underperforming Diego Costa for the first half of the season, who then came alive in the second half. Cesc Fabregas, who was lively, who came alive. And you had pieces in the back that just needed supplementation. Gary Cahill, who goes on and has a great 16-17. Azpilicueta, who has a equally great 16-17, 17-18, and years up until last year or two. I see nothing in this squad. After Man City at the weekend and Fulham, I don't see potential at all. And this is not a short fix. I think if we finish in the Conference League spot, 7th place, I think we'd be lucky to get to 7th. I think there are many other teams that deserve it a lot more than we do. And I have to, emotionally speaking, I mean, I'm not very happy with Graham Potter. He's trying to play a 3 in the back. He's trying to play a possession build-up football with 3 in the back. It doesn't work, so he goes to 4 in the back, and then he fiddles around again after some injuries. And I know it's not ideal when your squad is getting injured, but you gotta stick with the formation and let it ride out for a couple of games. When you're in such poor form, you're not helping your team by changing your formation over and over and over and over again. It's not going to build any sort of rhythm. I don't understand why he insists on playing 3 in the back. That only works when you have a competent left wing back and right wing back. We're playing Azpilicueta, center back, and an older who used to be right back 7 years ago. He's played center back for the last 7 years. It is aging 33 years old. He's playing at the right wing back. And left wing back, we're playing a kid. We're playing someone younger than I am. 2004 born, Lewis Hall. What's he gonna do, man? And the alternative? We spent 70 million on Cucurella. He can't touch the ball. You saw in the 90th minute. Couldn't bring down a single ball off the air when we're trying to build forward. We're not playing goal-minded football. And I think that's such a bad thing such a bad position to be in. I mean, Erling Haaland is outscoring us. A single player is outscoring a whole team. We gotta stop playing horizontally and begin to play vertically. Go forward, make the long runs. and João Felix was trying to bring that, but when it rains, it pours. Guy got sent off on his debut. After what I thought were 60 minutes of him being the most lively footballer we've seen all year. All year. Quick word on Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Someone needs to remind them that they're playing football out there. It's like they're asleep at the wheel. Mason Mount. Kai Havertz is lucky to be in the squad. He scored that Champions League goal. God, I wish he didn't. I wish it was anyone else. Because that's the only reason he's been given so many chances. He's offered us nothing. Nothing. And that's the truth. He's so indecisive with his balls. He's so indecisive whether he wants to dribble or whether he wants to pass. When he dribbles, he gets through some defenders but can't finish the ball. If he wants to pass, he gives it away. You saw João Felix make a great run in behind, through ball, which off the pass, which Zakaria plays it to him in his own third, plays it to Havertz, who Zakaria gets injured in doing so. Havertz is able to skip past, there's a gap, there's a split between two defenders, and João Felix is making a fantastic, industrious run forward, but instead of playing that obvious through ball, the attack-minded through ball, Kai Havertz decides to dribble and kicks it out of bounds. Havertz's time at this club needs to be done. It's not worked out for him. Maybe he goes elsewhere and finds success, but it's not working out for him here. And another sobering truth. Mason Mount is not that guy. He is not the next coming of Frank Lampard. He is certainly no Eden Hazard going forward. He's not even the best youngster in England. Jack Grealish plays better than him. Jack Grealish is so bad. But Mount is worse. And he has the balls to ask to be the highest paid footballer at the club. He wants over 300k. Bruno Fernandes doesn't make over 300k. Phil Foden doesn't make over 300k. He wants to be paid over 300k a week to go out on the pitch and do jack shit. I'm not being the most verbose here, but this is... that's what... He offers us nothing. And look at it critically. I know he's a young English guy from Cobham Academy, comes through, but he's not that guy. You have to look at it on the merit of his football. I see some people tweeting today, okay, Mount goes over and he's the only player to go and apologize to the traveling away fans. I don't want you to apologize. Play better. That's the apology in itself. Don't apologize anymore. Don't be sorry. Be better. Your intentions don't matter. It doesn't matter if you have good intentions or love the club or care for the club. It's the consequences of your play. You're not creating goals, you're not scoring goals, and you're not offering much to anything in the team. You're certainly not a leader. And if you were, I don't see it. He has to be more outwardly expressive of that. Under Tuchel, we still couldn't score. That's a point I would like to make. We wouldn't score under Tuchel either. But we wouldn't concede. We'd be more organized. And maybe I don't understand why we signed Aubameyang for Tuchel. We signed a player who we only signed Aubameyang because of his relationship with Tuchel. I don't know why Bowley would do that if he was looking to fire him. But Aubameyang can't even get minutes in the squad even when we're 2-1 down with 10 men. 9 men might as well. 9 men with the way Havertz plays. Aubameyang can't get a look in. But we're in shambles. We were in shambles, and I mean, right now my reaction is tame. I was yelling at the TV. I was yelling at the TV after just coming back from being sick. I don't really have much capacity to yell, but whatever energy I had, I did spend it yelling at the screen. Absolutely infuriated with the way we play. I have a lot more thoughts on this, the direction where Chelsea is headed and what we need. I mean, real quick insight, I think the only players that should remain at this club are Reece James, Thiago Silva, and Ben Chilwell. I'm sorry to Pulisic, but I'll explain further. I want to sit down and do a long form of it, but he keeps getting hurt, and I guess the stars are not aligned. Sometimes things don't match, but yeah, we need a mass exodus at the club. And I think Potter in the next 6 months needs to show that, we're not just losing, we're being embarrassed every week. This is embarrassing. Week after week, we're being embarrassed. It's one thing to lose, and it's another thing to be embarrassed. And this is embarrassed. We have Arsenal fans taking the piss out of us. And we won the Champions League 2 years ago, not even 2 years ago. So, Potter needs to pick a formation and stick with it, and show that he's the guy who can lead this team to something good. Otherwise, this summer is going to be a summer of mass exodus, and If Potter isn't the guy to turn it around, if he's not that guy, then that's fine because the players are going to be out the door. So is the manager. Bring in Zidane, bring in Pochettino, bring in whoever you want, but he's got to show that he's the guy because right now he's not. He's not showing it. He's not showing it, and I know it's not his squad, and I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about the fact that we're a squad composed of 3 different managers being managed by a 4th guy. But we've got to get some traction. You got to stop us from being embarrassed every week. Something's got to change. Something's got to give. I'll have more thoughts. I'll have a long form of this. There's some stats I want to bring up. There's some deep dives I want to go in on player performances, but right now it just there's not a lot of light in this quite dark tunnel we've gone into, and yeah, it's disheartening as a Chelsea fan. It's disheartening to say the least. Gotta hang in there. There's more football to be played. There's time that it will take to get to where we want to be, but we gotta swallow some bitter pills. We gotta swallow some bitter pills. That's for sure. Alright. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.